Hi, Chris Williams here again, co host of New Life Live. I'm doing a series on anxiety because it is hitting us like a tsunami. We are all getting caught up in the rising waters and dangerous polluted waters of anxiety. And as I mentioned in the previous segment, in the previous video, that 1 in 5 adults is going to be struggling with the symptoms or the criteria met for generalized anxiety disorder, which is a serious condition. It is impacting us on all kinds of different levels. And in last segment, I talked about that a lot of times that anxiety will show up as control. This one, I want to talk about a different sort of sideways behavior that anxiety shows up as. And anxiety oftentimes shows up as comparison. What happens here is in comparison, we're feeling like we don't know where we stand, or we're insecure, uneasy about where we are. And so we're looking for a point of reference for ourselves. And so what we look at is other people, and it's sort of like, am I better than them? And am I worse than them? And the irony is that in an attempt to kind of figure out where we are, comparison itself drives a ton of anxiety. And there's a reason for that. And comparison has 3 identifiable fallacies. It's just kind of these things that masquerade as truth but are really false and lead us down these terrible paths. But one of the things that comparison does is, really shows up in social media a lot, is that the way I feel on the inside is oftentimes what I'm comparing myself to is the way that somebody looks on the outside. So if I'm feeling discontent about where I live or what I drive or what I look like, then I will go on social media and I will look at all of these people that will drive better cars or, be more fit than me or look more successful than me. And it's not based on, again, actual evidence. It's based on how I feel, because I actually don't know what their internal condition is typically. And they don't know what mine is. And so when we're comparing how we feel on the inside to how someone else looks on the outside, it's a total false comparison. It truly is apples and oranges. The second fallacy of comparison is what I call context or time and place. I've heard people, even come up to me and be like, I would love to have your life, Chris. And I'm like, well, is it my life right now, or is it my life? Is it my Instagram life? Because my Instagram life is not my real life. And the other aspect of that is that what you don't see is all of the pain or all of the hurts or all of the insecurities or traumas or whatever, addictions, whatever it may be that we've had to go through or what I've had to go through in my life to get to this point. We don't get to choose just the time and place and condition to have somebody else's life. It's like, hey, if you want my life, you've got to take the whole thing. But again, if you're comparing, it's like God didn't give you my life and he didn't give me your life. He gave us our lives as a gift to do something with. And the last thing is that comparison will always give us either a false sense of superiority over somebody, which makes us above them, or a false sense of inferiority, which puts us below them. Either way, comparison will always disconnect us from the thing that we're comparing to or the person we're comparing to. These 3 fallacies of comparison show us, 1, that comparison is not based in truth, and 2, its consequence is greater isolation and feeling worse. It does not help us feel better. And if it does, again, it's on a false pretense. The antidote to comparison is connection. If I'm feeling insecure, or I'm feeling uncertain about where I am or who I am, it is the people who relate to me closest to me that can enter into these honest and more deeply connected conversations where we can talk about these things and where you can work these things out. Here at New Life, we're providing tons of different resources for people to enter into more authentic and deep relationship which will actually lead to the real solution we're looking for when we're trying to compare. We're looking for security. Security is found in deep connection. If today you find yourself in the comparison trap, shut off the social media. It will not help you. I guarantee you that. And pick up the phone, and you can either call a friend or call us here, 1-800-NEW-LIFE. We have plenty of resources. We have a nationwide network of therapists that we can connect you with so that you can increase your security in being able to connect securely to other people. Again, that's 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Thanks for being with me today.